just for a few moments here before we get to what I think will be some valuable information for talking and hearing about what a commissioner is and how maybe they can help your units, or how, shoot, even you could be a commissioner. That could be possible too. Your wildest dreams all realized there. Uh, what I want to cover on behalf of John and the rest of our council staff and executive board is first a great big thank you for each and every one of you. Did it just Okay, so there. A great big thank you to each and every one of you for what you do in your units, in your districts, and on behalf of our council at large. Obviously, the program does not function if our individual units are not functioning at the local community level, so thank you very much for what you do. As you have heard throughout the day, let me back up for a second. So earlier this morning, when Tim asked who was first, this was their first year, University of Scouting, lots of people raised their hands. So, what do you think? So far, stuff is good? Yes, lots of nodding, applauding. Okay, that's great. I'm going to accept all that as universal support and approval. That's great. And we are so glad that you're here, not only for what you do every other day, but the fact that you're willing to come here and learn from other volunteers and folks who they themselves have put in a lot of time and have a lot of experience and have really good, they're excellent contacts for you to make. So what I would ask is that you take the contacts you've made today and take them forward. And don't let this be the last time that you talk with somebody about lightweight backpacking or Dutch oven cooking or how to work with scouts who maybe learn a little differently. All of these great subjects and people that you've met who are instructors and you've got their contact information now, use them as a resource to be able to help you throughout the rest of the year and into the future. The second thing that I want to tell you about is for all of those folks, and I don't know how many people who are in here right now who taught a class, are an instructor, we are greatly appreciative of their time that they've put in today. If you would please help recognize them with a big round of applause. Thank you. Yes, if you are a director or instructor, please stand up for a moment and let us embarrass you by lavishing you with praise and thanks. Okay. I'm sure the folks out in the hallway are standing up too, and they heard you. Okay. So, the third thing that I want to do is what typically John would do, which he tries to tell you a little bit about some of the things that are going on, and I'm going to truncate that somewhat because, A, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. And I don't really have time, and I want to give the bulk of this here in lunch to our Council Commissioner, Kuruvilla, and some of his fellow commissioners who will take care of the bulk of the program here while you're eating. But two things that I will bring up is if you sat in on any of Shay Goldsman's presentations, you learned about a lot of changes that are coming and improvements, we think, with the Cub Scout program that should mean a lot of good things. And with that come really a rebirth of a lot of programs that we are doing in the summer and then into the fall. And these are all, as I noted in my class, Marketing and Communications 101, these are things that all can play into improving the chances of you retaining scouts who have already joined you, as well as give you something to point people to when you are recruiting scouts to join. So it works both ways. It can help you recruit, it can help you retain the folks that you've got now. So I would encourage you, I'm sure all of the packs and all of the troops and other units out there have a sterling, detailed, fully built out program for the entire year with their calendars absolutely rock solid and all that's good. But these additional events, we encourage you strongly to use them to help supplement what I'm sure is already an outstanding program that you're offering. At Cub Scouts in particular, the wave of new things that are coming that help support the changes in the advancement program, these additional programs, whether they are the new summer adventure which is taking place at the end of June and right at the first day of July out at Lost Pines, whether it's the Tech Lab STEAM Day Camp that's happening during the month of July, whether it's any of the weekend activities that are happening at Camp Tom Wooten. All of these can be things that your Cub Scouts, we'd love to see you come out as a pack, but if you can't make that work with the pack calendar, encourage your scouts, your dens to come out as a group, as a family, to participate in those things, because they will help, keep your scouts excited, enthused, hyped, the program, and then it will also give another reason for that family to say, scouting is really giving me a benefit. I want to stay involved in this pack as we go into the next year. Okay. For the slightly older crew, one thing I want to mention here before I turn it over to Kuruvilla and his team is we have been working very hard at the council level to try and upgrade what is one of the most probably both participated in as well as enjoyed outdoor program elements that we have, which is our shooting sports programs. And we are in the process of breaking ground on improvements for a completely new shooting sports area at Lost Pines. It will not be ready until, or actually we will not be able to get really into the turning dirt and the rest of it until after summer camp. We can't finish it before, so we don't want to upset and interrupt what will be outstanding summer camp programming that will be delivered, but it'll be even better next year. So we encourage you, as you go and you have fun at Lost Pines this summer, be prepared to grab your campsite and your spot for what will be the summer of 2025, because at that time, then you'll have a completely brand new built out expanded rifle range, shotgun range, and I don't remember all of the details here because I was not expecting to be John this morning, but it will be a big improvement. It will, maybe more than anything, not only will the facilities be very nice, there's a premium put on expanding the number of opportunities for scouts to participate, shoot in a class, in a free shoot, etc. So more opportunity for engaging in the program for your kiddos. We are also going to be putting in, and this is not upgrade, this is creation from the ground level, literally, a new shooting sports facility range out at Camp Green-Dixon. And that will also include, as a part of it, a brand new water well, which, if you've been out to Green-Dixon here in the last couple of years, you'll realize that there's a little bit of an issue with delivering water. So we're going to be taking care as a part of that, as a part of this project, we're going to be taking care of that with a new well. We're a little bit farther behind with that one just because of some permitting issues that we're trying to work our way through, but as soon as we can, we'll start work on that. So those are two things that if you have a Scouts BSA troop or venturing crew, even, there's nothing saying that a Sea Scouting ship cannot go out and have a shooting sports activity or an Explorer post for that matter. Those facilities are going to be coming online in the relative near future. It's all a result of the support that you've helped provide to us, in part through your Friends of Scouting donations, but also your just participation in the program. You make it to where, in the case of the shooting sports facility, we have a strong case to make with Texas Parks and Wildlife and other granting agencies who know that if they give us money to do this, they'll be well used and they will benefit youth here in the state. So with that, I want to introduce Kuruvilla Monty, our council commissioner, and he's going to talk about the mythical world of commissioners.
Thank you. Usually, like Charles said, we have a key 3 up here, and I'm missing my key 2. And I don't want to call myself key 1. But I'm going to bring up some of my fellow commissioners here, and we're going to talk about the commissioner world. But I did want to talk, Charles talked about some of the stuff going on in the council. I do want to talk about some of the things going on at national. We do have a new national executive, and we have a new president, and the commissioner is staying on board, Scott Sorrells. Brad Tilden is our new president, and he is the former CEO of Alaska Airlines. And we're hoping to get Brad here for a meeting here in January. But man, this guy is energetic. It's it's just for somebody who's passionate and energetic about scouting. It's what we're going to need going forward. Our new national scout executive is also somebody from the airline industry, and I want to keep saying Roger Moore, but I know that's James Bond, so it's the wrong guy. But he is he's taking over, and he has a wealth of background, and especially in fundraising. So we're kind of we know that. But they did tell us there are some priorities, and I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them. The first is, as we go forward, coming out of bankruptcy, going forward 2024, 25, our number one objective is to be the national leader in youth safety. And they take that seriously. It is everywhere across the board. We will be, and Shay talked about it a little bit. We've got some changes in the Scout program on youth on safety. You're going to see this addressed in every single way. The second one, which again Shay also talked about, making our programs relevant. They'd gotten a little bit stale, and they do need to be changed. So we're seeing the changes rolled out in the Cub Scout program. We need to digest that first before other ones. So that's number two. Number three is we need to broaden our appeal. The number of youth in scouting has declined year over year over year over year. And that just be a function of our society. But we don't want to accept that as an answer. We believe we have a program that is vibrant and meaningful, and we need to get that to people. We're going to revitalize our brand. Our lawsuit with the Girl Scouts is over. They lost. They were trying to keep scouting to them, and the court said scouting is not restricted to Girl Scouts. So we are going to be revitalizing our scouting brand so that people across the nation know what scouting is and what does. And then we need to strengthen our financial position. As you know, bankruptcy was expensive. One of the phrases I heard or comments I heard was that some of the lawyers for the other side were charging $2,500 an hour. And when you're a 501c3 company and you declare bankruptcy, you get to pay for their side's legal fees as well. That's behind us. All of that is there, but we need to strengthen our financial position going forward. So those are the 5 priorities for national, and I think they kind of reflect the same priorities for our council. So now let's talk about commissioners. If you are a commissioner, unit commissioner, roundtable commissioner, district commissioner, raise your hand so everybody can see who you are. What commissioners do is provide unit service to the units. That's a simple thing what we do. Our priorities are to be the single best resource for unit leaders. If they need anything, they should be asking your commissioner, how do I do this? What happens when this happens? I don't know the answer to this. Your first source should be obviously somebody else in your unit first, but your second call should be your unit commissioner, because we're to be the single best resource for you. The second priority is to enable the best safe programs for our youth. Because if we don't have a good program, it's going to be really hard to recruit kids to that program. So that's our priority number 2. And priority number 3 ties to that one, is we need to have sustainable growth. So those are our priorities as commissioners, is to help you, the unit leaders, because scouting is local. All scouting is local. If it doesn't happen at the unit level, what happens at the district and council and national don't matter. It's what you guys do on the field that is the single most important thing, because you are touching those youth, and we thank you for that. So my district commissioners are here, and David, who's my roundtable commissioner, can you please come on up? Oh, we even got Nino to show up. All right, so I introduced myself. My name is Kuruvilla. I'm the council commissioner. And I'm going to pass the microphone down to Martin and go from there. What I'm going to ask them to do is tell, obviously their name, their district, and a few of their challenges or issues that they want to relay from their district.
Hello, everybody. My name is Martin Arande. I'm the district commissioner for Blackland Prairie. I serve the schools for Taylor, Hutto, and Pflugerville ISD. I've been in scouting, I think, going on for 15 years now. Of course, started with the flyer that my son got from school. And of course, I can't say no to all the people that asked for help. So I became a district commissioner. My biggest challenge as a district commissioner, though, right now is to keep the program going. I know I get, a lot of y'all great volunteers to get the program going, and sometimes, say, let's call it what it is. COVID took a hit on us and all that, but we're here to help you try to revise the program, membership, and keep things going. And I want to thank everybody that showed up today, especially in the cold. Thank y'all, because to me, this means that y'all care about scouting and you want this program to be stronger than ever. So thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Coleman. I'm the district commissioner, newly minted for the Live Oak district. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Trey. Appreciate that. See, I have some fans already in the room. What's that, Kuruvilla?
Cheering squad.
I do have my own cheering squad. I pay them well. As I mentioned, I'm the new district commissioner. I'm newly minted. I just finished training in December, so this is all brand new to me. But my biggest challenge in Live Oak is distance. We have 4 counties, and they're pretty spread out. I live in Lockhart, and my furthest flung unit is down in Hallettsville, and that's about a 2-hour drive from me. So if you're in the Live Oak district and you'd like to be a unit commissioner, by all means, come talk to me because I need some help. That is our biggest challenge is training on a regular level at the roundtables and things like that. My goal is to try and improve our roundtable offerings and, of course, build our membership up. So thanks so much for y'all showing up today. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon. My name is Nino Aranda. I am the district commissioner for Armadillo District. Not quite the cheering section that Dennis had, but hey, I'll take it. Thank you. I think our biggest challenge is having the units recognize, I guess, that they have a unit commissioner and know what they're there for, what to be used for. So we really are more than just that person that signs your JTE scorecard. Or a lot of times they don't know who we are until it comes to roundtable. It's like, well, what do we do? And kind of like our adults in the unit say, go ask your SPL. If they go to the DE, it's like, well, check with your unit commissioner. Well, who's that? Right? So we're here for anything and everything that you can think of. If you don't know, now we're not an official member of your unit. We represent the district. So what we're there for is guidance, a little bit of feedback, advice, pretty much whatever scout related, other than make a decision for you. Correct? Yep. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for being here.
I'm David Terrell. At Kuruvilla's direction, I work as the Council Roundtable Commissioner. And Roundtable, as you all know, provides program ideas for Scouts, BSA, and Cub Scouting, and gives you a chance to talk to district leaders who usually come to Roundtable. And we encourage all districts to let their new leaders know about the benefits of Roundtable. So we have a lot for you, so just come on down. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Adams. I'm the district commissioner for the Colorado River District. we we these gentlemen all summed up a lot of the challenges that we have. I'm new to being a district commissioner myself. My scouting background goes back to my youth in scouting, and then my desire for my kids to be involved. Everything that we're challenged with is summed up. I feel Dennis's pain with distance. We cover a pretty vast area. There's some challenges with paid staff that support us because of the distance, and some people are just not into driving the amount that some folks have to drive. The biggest thing that I want to share with everybody here, and I'd ask everybody to share it with 5 more people, commissioners are here to help. We're not here to run the program. We're not here to tell you what you're doing wrong. We're here to partner with you and fix the things that need fixing in your units, answer the questions that you may need answering. And if we don't know, we're going to find somebody that knows. Not everybody up here, we all get paid the same in this room, and nobody up here knows the answer to everything, but together we'll figure it out. So again, thanks for everybody giving up Saturday to be here to make this program better for our youth and to make the program better in general.
All right. Hi, my name is Tim Potzel. I'm the. There you go. There's my cheering section. Yeah, thank you. I'm the new district commissioner for North Shore District. 20 days in the job now. Right. Well, about 19 and a half, I guess, because today's not over, right? So I started in scouting back in 1960. Well, I don't need to give the actual year, do I? I'm probably one of the few people in this room that was a lion, because back in that day, lion followed bear. It was wolf, bear, lion, and then Weeblos was the beginnings of what's now Arrow of Light. So I was a lion scout, and I guess the biggest challenge that I have in my district is when I took over as district commissioner, we lost half of our roundtable commissioners and half of our unit commissioners. So my biggest challenge is rebuilding our commissioner corps. And it's people like you that help make good commissioners, right? You guys, because the number one thing I'm looking for in a commissioner is a passion for scouting. Number 2, servant leader, right? Now we could go all the way down to maybe 9 or 10 encyclopedic knowledge of scouting, but it's way down on the list. You don't need to be the expert. You need to know where your limitations are and be willing to go out and find the answers, the correct answers for your units. That's the big thing, a passion for scouting and that servant leader attitude. That's what I'm looking for. So if that's you, raise your hand so these guys know who to talk to become a unit commissioner. That's all right. You don't have to raise your hands. I've already talked to some of you anyways. Kuruvilla?
Okay. So we're now going to answer, hopefully, some questions from you guys. We're going to exclude one topic, which is registration and recharter. What's that? I know Tony's in the room, so I'm saving both Tony and myself because we could spin down that rabbit hole for hours. But are there questions that you guys have for that your unit has an issue with, that your district has an issue with, that you would like to? Because between one of us, we can make an answer up. Excellent question. And Peter's going to ask me to repeat the question. So how do I find out who my unit commissioner is? Which district are you in? Thunderbird. Did Scott disappear on us? Scott was here earlier. One T. Yeah. And that's the other Scott. So there's a couple of ways to do it. One is you guys have a district website. Are you familiar that the Thunderbird District has a district website? So there, your district key 3 is listed, and some of the districts have. I should look around the room. Do you guys have your unit commissioners listed by on your district website? Yes, maybe. No. Okay, so but your district commissioner is listed on there, so you would call your district commissioner. The other one is if you go to my.scouting and look up your unit dashboard, if your unit commissioner is assigned, that person's name will be there. That's probably the quicker answer. It's also in your recharter paperwork, but that's not going to happen again. Okay, excellent. Good way to start, because we need to find out who our commissioners are, and that's a good way to start. Other questions, however random? Nobody has a. Okay, I see a question back there. Oh, who wants to handle that?
I'm not handling that one.
Oh, Tim wants to do it.
Okay.
We'll share. We'll share.
No, go ahead.
What is a roundtable? Well, think about University of Scouting, scaled down, but monthly. Right? So this is an opportunity that where your district brings people that are knowledgeable on topics that answer the questions you have from the trenches. You can take your Cub Scout or den leader training online. Gives you great information, right? How many of you are den leaders? Okay, and you've done your training, you know that there's some really valuable information in there. But it doesn't necessarily tell you about things like conduct candles that help you manage behavior in your den, right? So there's these kind of topics from experienced leaders that have done this. They've been there, and they've got some solutions that may work for you. Roundtable, every district does their own roundtable, and they may do it a little bit differently. In North Shore, how many North Shores do we have here? We've got quite a few North Shores. Okay, so in North Shore, we do multiple topics in our Cub Track to try and have something for committees, something for dens, and something for PAC program. So 3 different topics we offer every month. So there's something to appeal to everybody. Other districts, well, can anybody else speak for another district, how they do their roundtable? Nope. So other districts may bring in an expert to talk about something like hiking the Appalachian Trail. Right? Now that's not in your scout leader training. We've done that one. So this is the kind of stuff that you find at Roundtable, you find nowhere else except possibly right here at University of Scouting.
Yes, thanks, Tim. Roundtable in scouting, it's not like the Knights of the Round Table with King Arthur or anything like that. It's a place where leaders could go for information, and they could also network and interact with district leaders and get training. And there are monthly topics for Scouts BSA and Cub Scouting, and they differ by the month, and all of you have input into what these topics are going to be with your roundtable commissioner. It's just a source for you to get information and be a better scout leader. That's about it.
Thank you, David. So there's a question back there, but I've got a public service announcement before we get there, which is if you have ordered a sandwich, it is time to go get it. And there are extras, so you are available to buy an extra sandwich for $15 each. I'm going to get there was a question back there, but I'm going to, how many of you are in Chisholm Trail? So on the 31st, there is a Chisholm Trail roundtable discussion topic on the new Cub Scout program. And if you are in North Shore, it's not that far to go. So Tim is going to be communicating that information to you so we can make the best use of our scarce resource in Shay so she doesn't have to do 12 roundtables. So we hope to do more of those around the council so that we can get this incredible, timely information out before June 1st. So there was a question back there. Oh, okay. So the question, I'll repeat it: is there a way for us to share roundtable topics because they're not overly pleased with their roundtable topics? So it's diplomatic. And I'll do this one with David. Yes, there is actually our commissioner. There's a national service commissioner service team, and they have a whole website of roundtable topics that we talk about, and we meet on a every other month basis with the commissioners, and we do share ideas on there. David, do you want to flesh that out a little bit?
Yes, I just want to add, your district commissioner is in charge of the roundtable, and I would suggest you talk to your district commissioner directly because roundtable's part of the unit services that units provide to units.
And obviously, if that isn't happening, you should be elevating it up to your council commissioner. Bob, and then I'll go over there. I'll take Bob first. Yeah, that's me. All right, who wants to address that one? Nino, you want to start?
It's a struggle. We have at Armadillo, we've had some where we're like, great, this is a great start. We're going to get back to it. And then the following week, even though we'll send out in the newsletter, we'll send out emails, and then we come prepared, and we get a trickle. It's just, you just got to be consistently sending out reminders, and we've had an internal issue making sure we get the topic over to our communications chair and make sure that gets sent out. Because if it doesn't get sent out in time, if it's something, if we got a really interesting topic for say, and we don't do our job getting that out to the right people to spread it out, no one's going to show up. So that's part of our issue. While I have the microphone, I would also like to say, so Armadillo, our next roundtable, which is February 8th, is a very significant date in scouting, by the way, February 8th. We will have the Council Key 3 at our roundtable to do a discussion, and he can tell you more of what to expect. The Council Key 3 is John Yates is our scout executive. Anush, what's his last name?
Anuj Thakrar
is our council president, and Kuruvilla is our council commissioner. So all are welcome. Please, we meet at St. Martin's, just west of downtown, 15th Street. Address escapes me. At any rate, so it's a constant struggle, but we just got to get that communication out there and get those topics. We've tried to get a calendar of them, but something always falls through, and we got to move somebody else up. And can they do it? They can't do it. Okay, we're gonna have to do a makeshift one this week, and then people that do show up, and we're not doing what we originally planned on doing, and then the next month they don't come back. It's just we just got to keep at it. Just keep at it.
So I just wanted to add, I kind of feel for you because up until January 1st, I was the Cub Roundtable Commissioner in North Shore, and I presided over the demise of the Cub Scout Roundtable. We never had real big turnout. We had maybe 4 to 6 Cub Scout leaders show up a month, and then COVID comes in and other things come in, and I saw it drop to 0 to 2. It was really bad. So some of the things that we are trying to do that you guys can actually might be able to do this in yours, you need to work with your district and roundtable commissioners. But one thing that we're trying is sponsoring a roundtable. We are asking a unit to sponsor a roundtable, have some snacks for people when they come in, greet them when they come in the door. If you have an expert on a topic that you want to cover, great, they can present. If not, you tell us what topics you want for your sponsored roundtable, and we will find people to do those topics. So that's something that we're trying in North Shore. Maybe you might go to your commissioner and ask them if this is something that they're willing to work with you on. Let you pick some topics that mean something for you, and then you help them deliver on that promise of roundtable. Because roundtable doesn't work with a roundtable commissioner. It works with unit leaders. Without the unit leaders, there is no roundtable. I was there for every roundtable all the way through COVID, and it still did not make my roundtable, right? You guys make the roundtable.
All right, your question back there. No, there isn't. So he's our council roundtable commissioner. So he works with all of our commissioners and gives them topics as we get them from national and stuff like that. There are councils that do council roundtables instead, because some of them don't have a lot of districts. But with our district structure, we have chosen to keep that information flow at the district level and not the council level. No, I'm not taking no next. No, Christy. See, we're in concurrence.
Well, actually, anybody who thinks they want more information about how to have a better unit can come to Roundtable. You could even go to other districts for Roundtable. Okay? When it comes to Roundtable topics, obviously the topics will not appeal to everybody every month. So they rotate, and in consultation with you leaders, you have to tell your roundtable commissioner, your district commissioner, what you want to see. You mentioned the Chisholm Trail Roundtable, and they have their roundtable on the last Wednesday of the month, which is a good night. That's not usually busy. I try to go to every roundtable in the district at least once. So I've been out to the Chisholm Trail Roundtable at least a couple of times recently. So they have a good program. They have a set of topics they go through, and you should address that locally, because that's where those decisions are made if you want to see something different. But that's an opportunity to let your voice be heard. Usually the district commissioner's there. Sometimes the DE is there, and you could discuss any district issue you have. See? Bill Cole said DEs are always there, so that's a fact.
We put a lot on our DEs. We love our DEs. Okay, other questions? So we'll let you go because the next session starts at 1 o'clock. But the message I want to leave you with is that, and this is a conversation I had with one of my other council commissioners, is that most of you familiar with our courses like Wood Badge, NYLT, Powderhorn, and when you're asked to staff those positions, most people consider it to be an honor, because somebody's asking you to staff a course to teach it. But really, that honor goes back to what Tim was talking about when he serves as leadership. If somebody asks you to teach a course at the University of Scouting, it's an honor because they think highly of you to teach that subject. If somebody asks you to be a den leader, a cub master, a committee chair, it's because they think that much of you. It's an honor. So if somebody asks you to be a unit commissioner, and this is a very self-serving thing, consider it to be an honor, because we think that much of your skills, that much of your involvement, that much of your passion towards scouting, that we see that you could benefit our youth going forward. So think that as an honor. Thank you for being here.